So after tarring the balance, Myriah is obtaining the mass of her beaker, and that is 70.196 grams. So she is removing the beaker and adding her sample. And using the analytical balance to obtain the mass once again. She gets a mass of 86.245 grams. So now she is going to subtract the mass of the beaker from the mass of the beaker plus the sample to get the mass of the sample, which is 16.049 grams.
We're going to use the same balance for each measurement because every balance has its slight error that accompanies it. If we use a different error, then we'll have multiple errors. A different balance, then we'll have multiple errors. So first I'm going to dry the beaker out.
First volume recording will be our initial volume. We record the final, which appears to be. Now we each got a bigger. Yeah. Well, as long as
and I'm going to tar the balance to make sure that it is at 0, and I'm going to obtain the mass of my beaker first. I will open the door and set it in, and I'm going to close the door to eliminate as many external effects that could mess up the reading as possible. And I will wait for the reading to stabilize and record the mass of the beaker as 70.147 grams. Now I will remove the beaker and retar the balance, set it to 0, and I will add a certain amount of sample. Door. And so the weight that we have with the sample inside the beaker is 104.238 grams. So that is the mass of beaker plus sample. So to obtain the mass of the sample, I will subtract the mass of the beaker from the mass of the beaker with the sample in it to get the mass of the sample. So the mass of the sample is 34.091 grams obtained by subtracting the mass of the beaker from the mass of the beaker with the sample in it. We can tell that uncertainty lies in the balance because the last number on the screen never stops moving. This is because the balance is so analytical that it picks up external factors such as air, somebody leaning on the counter, and that is why there's always uncertainty that lies in the balance because of these tiny external factors that the balance picks up.